In the world of digital marketing, we often talk about algorithms and keywords, but in early 2026, the game has changed from who has the best software to who owns the most land, power, and silicon. Alphabet, Google's parent company, just dropped a nuclear level announcement. They are projected to spend up to 185 billion on AI infrastructure in 2026 alone. To put that into perspective, that's double what they spent just last year and more than the GDP of many European nations. Today, we're breaking down how Google is building an iron mask around the AI industry and what this means for your marketing strategies. While everyone else was fighting over NVIDIA GPUs, Google was verticalizing. News from January and February 2026 confirms that Google's seventh generation AI chips, codenamed Ironwood, has entered mass development. These aren't just faster chips, they are custom built for the Gemini models we use every single day. By producing an estimated 3.2 million of these units in 2026, Google has created a silicon moat. They've even started to talk to rent these chips to rivals like Meta, who are struggling to keep up with the supply chain. But chips need power. On February 9th, Google signed a massive 1 gigawatt solar deal with Total Energies to power their Texas data centers for the next 15 years. They aren't just buying energy, they are financing the construction of the grid itself to ensure their AI never goes dark. For a long time, ChatGPT was the undisputed king, but the data from January 2026 shows a seismic shift. ChatGPT's market share has plummeted from 86% down to roughly 64% in just 1 year. Meanwhile, Google Gemini has surged over 21%, quadrupling its share. How? Pure distribution. First, Gemini is now the default on 3 billion Android devices, but the real kicker is the recent 2026 agreement where Apple will use Gemini to power Siri and the Apple Intelligence Stack. When you combine Android and Apple, Google's AI now underpins nearly 90% of the mobile market. It's no longer a choice for most consumers. Gemini is just there. Now let's talk about the money. For us at Zima Media and our clients, the most critical 2026 update is Agentic commerce. As of February 17, 2026, Google and Unilever announced a landmark 5-year partnership. Unilever, the giant behind brands like Dove and Hellmann's, is moving their entire digital backbone to the Google Cloud to use agentic workflows. What does that mean? It means AI agents that don't just search for a product, but actually execute the task. This is powered by the Universal Commerce Protocol, launched back in January of this year, which allows AI to handle checkouts directly across stores like Target, Walmart, and Etsy without you ever leaving the chat. Google is essentially turning their AI into a personal assistant that knows your world, from checking your tire size in Google Photos to ordering the right part automatically. The takeaway for 2026 is clear. Google isn't just winning because they have a better chatbot, they're winning because they own the subsea cables, the solar farms, the chips, and the operating LLM models. For marketers, this means SEO is evolving into agentic optimization. You need to ensure your brand's data is structured so these agents can find and buy your products. If you want to stay ahead of this $185 billion shift, make sure you're subscribed to Zima Media. We'll keep you updated as this AI infrastructure war continues to reshape the digital landscape. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.